We're going to begin this afternoon with a treat. I've asked Marco Tempest, a cyber illusionist associated with the Media Lab and MIT, to show us why we must always challenge what we perceive. Marco.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Hello. The author Roald Dahl said, "Those who don't believe in magic will never find it," and that the greatest secrets are always hidden in the most unlikely places. I think every magician can relate to this. Magic is a craft built on secrets, and we look for them in one of the most unlikely places. It's about taking the everyday and finding within it the possibility of illusion. We take the things you are most familiar with: a cup, a ball, a handkerchief, a rabbit, a human being, and we do something impossible with it. Because we are always looking for the magic, we develop a different way of looking at the world. We are obsessively curious. I cannot go into a hardware store without spending hours picking up those blister-packed items off the racks and wondering what else I could do with them. Now, I'm not interested in hammering nails or sawing wood, and I have no ideas what these tools would do in the real world. But I can see endless possibilities for them in the magic world. It's something magicians have in common with hackers. We can't help look beyond the ordinary function of an object to discover its hidden attributes. For magicians, the world is like the Matrix, where surface familiarity hides a far more interesting domain, where objects and ideas can be twisted, morphed, and manipulated to accomplish things they were never designed to do. This undermining of audience expectation is how magicians design tricks. It's how ladies are sawn in half, elephants made to disappear, and bullets caught between the teeth. The way in which reality can be sabotaged to produce an unexpected illusion are the secrets of magic. Now, many of the things that were considered magic hundreds of years ago are still considered magic today. That's why the classics of magic are still being performed. The cut and restored rope, the Chinese linking rings. These age-old tricks defy the fundamental laws of nature, and those laws do not change. Now, it's possible that one day science will be able to make self-healing ropes or metal rings that can pass through each other. Science will make real what once was considered magic, which is why magicians must always stay ahead of the reality curve. To me, magic is about making possible today what science will make a reality tomorrow. We prototype the future. More than a century ago, stage magicians demonstrated things that were impossible at that time. Robots, wireless power, talking machines, interactive screens. What once was considered magic is now reality. Today we have devices in our lives that would have been considered magical not too many years ago. The mobile phone, computers, the internet. Now the question is, how does a magician add a layer of illusion to an object that is almost magical on its own? With that in mind, I created these. You probably all heard of Google's Project Glass. It's new technology, you look through them, and the world you see is augmented with data. Names of places, monuments, buildings, maybe one day even the names of the people that pass us on the street. So these are my illusion glasses. Thanks, Google, for not accepting me in the development program early enough. End up with this rinky-dink thing. But if you look through them, you get a glimpse into the mind of a cyber illusionist. And let me show you what I mean. So this is live. All I need is a playing card. Any card will do. And let's mark it so we recognize it when we see it again. Just like this. That's to relax me. Okay. Let's put it somewhere in the deck, just like this. What here? And let's close the cards. And let's start up the system.
System ready. Acquiring image.
So for those of you who don't play cards, a deck of cards is made up of 4 different suits. There's hearts, clubs, diamonds, and spades. Cards are amongst the oldest of symbols and have been interpreted in many different ways. Some say that the 4 suits represent the 4 seasons. They're spring, summer, fall, and winter.
My favorite season is winter.
Oh, mine too. It's like magic. Winter involves visual wonder, drastic change, and a delicate balance between its physical space. So each of the 4 suits has a total of 13 cards.
Each card represents a phase of the 13 lunar cycles.
So over here is low tide, and then over here is high tide, and in the middle, of course, is the moon. There
is one of the most potent symbols of magic.
Yeah, there are two colors in a deck of cards. There's the color red and the color black, representing the constant change from day to night.
Marco, I did not know you could do that.
Well, thank you. Now, in a complete deck of cards, there are 52 cards, representing the 52 weeks of the year.
If you total all the spots on a deck of cards, the result is 365.
365, the number of days we have between each of our birthdays. Let's make a wish.
Don't tell, or it won't come true.
As a matter of fact, it was on my 6th birthday that I received my first deck of cards. And ever since that day, I traveled around the world entertaining boys and girls, men and women, husbands and wives, even kings and queens.
And who are these?
Mischief makers, watch. Wake up.
Whoa!
Are you ready?
Ready.
Let me see what you got.
Presenting my pogo stick.
Watch out.
Whoa.
But today, I am performing for a different kind of audience. I'm performing for you.
Signed card detected.
Now, sometimes people ask me, to do this kind of work, can you just work from 9 to 5? Of course not. Magic is a 24/7 job. I don't literally mean 24 hours, 7 days a week. 24/7 will be a little bit of an exaggeration. But it does take practice. Now, some people will say magic must be the work of some evil, supernatural force. Well, to this, I just say no, no. Okay, in German it's 9-9. Magic isn't really that intense. I have to warn you though, if you ever play with someone who deals cards like this, don't play for money.
Why not? That's a very good hand. The odds of getting it are 4,165 to 1.
Yeah, but I think my hand is better. I guess we beat the odds.
I think you got your birthday wish.
And that leaves me with the last and most important card
Is
of all.
without a question
The real thing.
Is without a question the real thing.
Bye-bye.
Signed card detected.
Here it is. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Marco. Do you want to take a few questions from the audience?
I'll answer almost any question, yeah.
Just take a few questions. Questions for Marco? Well, let me ask one. How did you develop this? How much of this? Who did the software?
I like to work in open source. Like magic is usually considered a very introverted field. We don't share our secrets. But if you look at creative practice actually as a form of research, then I think a cyber illusionist should share his research. So this actually is a result of reaching out into the open source software community to create new digital tools, which could be used for magic or for other artists, to then extract useful elements and share them with a wider community. So this is all done using free software like open frameworks or Intel's OpenCV and the usual suspects.
That's very cool. And is there a general principle about magic that you think can be broadly applied to technologists and scientists and researchers and business people?
That's, I think, is an area worthwhile exploring. Magic is a field which for hundreds of years has published minutely every finding, but in a very private publishing industry. And there has never been a place where magicians have liberally interfaced their knowledge with technologists. So being a director's fellow here at the Media Lab is a wonderful opportunity to actually try that out and see what we can bring to technology when we can be like magicians, when we can add a little bit of magic to tell stories and engage audiences into a larger dialogue.
You do illusions, and as we saw, they're wonderful, but you don't make a fetish of the secretiveness of the tricks. Do you think magicians make too much of a thing about how it's done?
I think magic is a super wide field, and everybody should just do what they're truly passionate about. This is what I'm passionate about, and I hope it resonates.
Marco, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
That was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Marco Tempest.